Hey y'all, this is your girl Tysheen. How you doing? How you feeling? I hope you're doing great. Yes, someone wanted me to react to how can you tell someone is American without telling you? Wow. I guess this I guess it's some of the stuff that we do say. People could tell that we're American, how we dress, I guess how we act. You know, people could tell that, you know, you're American. So yeah, so this should be fun. Let's get started.
How can you tell someone is an American without them telling you they're American?
So I'm American, but I studied abroad in London during college, and we had like some orientation to like tell us about, you know, what it was like studying abroad. And they said, you know, you have to do things because people will notice that you're American. There are things that Americans do that they don't do in England, like smile at strangers on the sidewalk. And I thought, what kind of psychopath smiles at a stranger on the sidewalk? Like, why are you even telling me this? Is super weird. Fast forward, I get to London. I'm excited. I go for a walk around my neighborhood, and people keep looking at me weird. I'm like, God, these guys are kind of assholes. And then I realize I'm the psychopath smiling at strangers on the sidewalk.
Wait, so you can't, I mean, I like to smile. I like to smile at people because when I smile at the next person, for some reason, it makes their day. You know, you see somebody sad, you kind of want to, you know, give them, you know, how you doing, you know? But damn, you can't even smile? You gotta be a psychopath?
So I'm actually American, but I lived overseas for like 10 plus years. I've lived in Africa and Europe, and I've been pretty much everywhere. So let me tell you how I can tell if you're an American tourist or not. One of the biggest definers is how you dress. Any man I see that's wearing cargo shorts, I immediately know is American. Also, footwear tends to be a pretty big identifier. American sneakers are pretty ugly, and lots of people.
Well, it depends what kind of sneakers she's talking about. Like, what sneakers is she talking about? Not all sneakers are ugly here. It depends, because there are some ugly sneakers. Yeah.
People don't really wear sandals overseas. Also, depending on where you are, your height can be a huge identifier. I lived in the Netherlands for 4 years, and the Dutch are a very tall people. So anyone that was 6 foot or shorter, I could kind of tell. Also, the very obvious one is Americans tend to be louder than other people. You pretty much make it known whether you want to or not, because Americans have such loud voices. Also, at least in Europe, Americans tend to dress more for comfort than style. Almost 100% of my fashion sense nowadays is because I lived in Europe. Europeans dress up just to go to the grocery store.
I noticed that too. I was gonna say that. I've noticed y'all do dress. I love how the way y'all dress. I like how the way y'all. I might find some pictures, but I love. This is my type of style. I like this. This is my style, and y'all do dress well. I give it to y'all. I have to agree with her.
Extremely white and functional trainers or sneakers and baseball caps.
Oh boy. Okay, there are some fairly like innocuous ways of knowing. Now, I normally introduce myself as Rachel, 1, because I like it, and 2, because the R sound is difficult for native English speakers. But you can tell a person is an American by the way they react to my name if they see it written. If they have no idea how to pronounce it, or they just willfully mispronounce it, they're American. This is not foolproof though, because there are educated and just polite Americans out there, and so they will try, or at least they will ask how to pronounce the name. So here's step number 2, because inevitably they're gonna ask me like what that name's about and where I'm from. If I say Portugal, and you say something along the lines of, oh, that's in Spain, right? Or, oh, so you speak Spanish, you are an American. If your immediate response is, but you speak such good English, you are an American. If you've never even heard of Portugal, America!
I was serving a table of Americans once, and they were driving down from Dublin on a motorway, and they asked us why there was a castle in the middle of the motorway and why we didn't just knock it down to put the motorway through it. The 1,000-year-old castle, sure.
Who said that? Who? What?
Ooh, I can answer this question. I live in Paris currently, and I noticed that us Americans are very loud and excitable.
Yeah, I hear this a lot, that we're very loud. We probably are. That we're very loud. I think there's some truth to it. It's crazy because I live in the city. I live in New York, of course. A lot of y'all know I live in New York, and it's noisy here. 24/7 is noisy. But you don't hear anything outside now because it's like late at night. But it gets noisy, and people do talk loud. People do tend to talk loud here in New York, and I'm just trying to stay away from it. I like to be somewhere a little quiet.
So if you're like in the public touristy areas and especially on the metro and see a very loud group of people, 9 times out of 10, they're Americans. My current theory on why that is because Americans have a bigger personal space bubble than Europeans, so we have to like yell to get the point across. Also, I don't know if this is exclusively Americans, but we wear a lot of graphic tees with branding on it, and we always get hot and take our coats off, and for some reason, the French never get hot. It could be 75 degrees, and they will wear coats and scarves, and I don't know what witchcraft that is. It must be blood magic, because, like, they're fine. They're not breaking a sweat, and those, like, mark us as great targets for grifters and scam artists.
It's so crazy because I do like to wear graphic t-shirts, but I'm not into, like, brand, like, I don't wear all that, you know. I don't care for name brands. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't care for it. Nobody don't need to know I'm wearing a name brand clothes. Like I told y'all before, I am a simple person. I like to dress simple but nice, if that makes sense. Simple but still look nice.
Usually it's the clothing. It's either you can see them wearing brands that are not readily available here in Germany or in Europe, or it's a certain style, like an athleisure wear that's just not very common here. Like even to go to the supermarket, people will still throw on a pair of jeans and a sweater, even if it's their messiest look. They'll still kind of look kind of put together, whereas you'll see someone literally shopping in their slippers. And you know that person's an American. People here tend to, you know, kind of dress up even to go shopping. Also, volume. And I myself can be heard from at least 200 feet away when I speak. Yeah.
That means if I start like talking, people will know that I'm American. I do tend to talk loud.
So a little story time. So I used to be a waiter at a 4-star hotel near a Formula 1 circuit, and like every so often, because of the circuit, we had loads of people come in from different countries, so Japan, America, Canada, all that sort of stuff. Had some Americans come in and sit on my table. Their food was included, but their drinks were not, so they were paying for their drinks. I could tell they were American/Canadian. I couldn't tell by the full accent, but I could tell they were American as soon as they tipped, because they tipped a considerable amount compared to their actual bill price, and it was quite a bit of a shock on the actual tipping culture in America.
I could never understand the whole tipping thing. Like, I don't mind tipping people because that's why I was brought that way. You know, we go to a restaurant, you know, we tip. But I still don't understand. I would never understand, like, what's the fair way of tipping somebody. Like, because I don't want to tip them too low, but I don't want to tip them too high. I can never know when, because it feels so weird. Like, I don't know.
Is Hitler still your president?
Okay, no. Who said that? I don't believe that one.
If I ask them where they're from and they start to reply with percentages, they're American. If I tell them I'm Italian and they say they're Italian too because their great-grandpa was an immigrant, they're American. If they say stuff along the lines, oh, I have pizza every Saturday night, so we are the same, they're American. If they start to speak in like a mafia boss accent, like the ones from the movies? They're American. If they say I went to Europe once, they're American. Because they're the only ones who don't know Europe is not just one country. If they don't understand the time on my phone, they're American.
Oh my god, here we go. Obnoxiously loud in public transportation. Will talk slowly to you even though you speak perfect English. Always wearing their collared sweatshirts and a baseball cap.
Now that is indeed a good question, because as a European and a Dane, we kind of figure it out quite easily. Here are some of the following statements or comments that I've got or heard. Hej, hvad kan jeg gøre for dig i dag? I'm sorry, I don't speak German. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were a tourist. What can I get for you today? Oh my god, like your accent, Oh my god, your accent. I cannot believe that you guys in Denmark are so nice, because I thought you were all communists, like the Russians. Excuse me, hey? Yeah, what can I get for you? Could you please translate that on the board, because I don't understand that. Sure thing, it says cappuccino, but that is not a Danish coffee, like, I want a Danish coffee. You mean filterkaffe? Yeah, that one. That is the Danish coffee, right?
I'll tell a story to answer this question. I used to work at a National Historic Site, and we get a lot of visitors from all over the world. And since this is Canada, whenever you'd interact with a visitor, you'd say hello, bonjour, giving them the choice to speak English or French. Anyway, this guy comes in, and he's got a cowboy hat on, a buttoned-up shirt that's tucked into his jeans, he has leather boots, and to top it all off, his belt has American dollar bills printed on it. So me and my coworkers did our thing. We said, oh, hello, bonjour. And instead of just saying hi and continuing on with things, he stopped in his tracks, looked at us, and said, "We don't speak that funny language." Didn't clarify which language he was talking about, but I think it was French. So yeah, that's how I could tell he was American.
Sad. I know. It's sad.
One of the things I learned when I did my study abroad in Ireland is that the way you can tell American is American without having to hear them speak or anything is right here. Tennis shoes. Typically, white tennis shoes. I don't own any white tennis shoes, but only Americans will wear tennis shoes non-stop. Most people in Europe wear like Doc Martens or like a dress shoe that's still really comfortable. But tennis shoes, when they're not at the actual gym, nope. You stand out as an American.
Yeah, I noticed like certain countries like in the UK, I think y'all really into the whole boots. A lot of what you call it? She said the name. Forgot the name. I forgot the name of it. These type of boots. I see a lot of female wear these boots. I used to like these boots when I was younger. When I was a teenager, I used to rock these boots all the time, but I kind of stopped. I'm more of like a sneaker person because I don't know, sneakers to me is more comfortable for me. But I like the type of sneakers that I wear is these. I only wear these type of sneakers, but not white. I don't have any white sneakers. But these are only sneakers that I like to wear because they're comfortable and they go with a lot of outfits. So yeah, that's crazy.
They ask you some stupid questions. Like, why is everything closed on Sunday in Germany? Or why do you call soccer football? Or even, why is your coffee so yellow and sparkling?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Like, their face. Do you know what I mean? How are you? Shut up!
It's actually kind of weird because we can spot you from the distance, and I'm not joking. Like, you have this aura, this glow. You glow American.
Oh my God, I have a story to tell. I feel like I got sneezed. Yeah, I have a story to tell. I remember I was about like 16 years old. First time going to Jamaica because I have family in Jamaica. And I will never forget, I came off the airport and all eyes was on me. All eyes were on me. And I never felt so uncomfortable. And I mean, it was nice. People in Jamaica were very nice and friendly, but it was like weird to me, And I still couldn't understand why everybody was so, like, everybody staring at me, everybody wanted to help me. They were treating me like I was a celebrity. People wanted to help me with my suitcase, and I was like, what the hell? Are they this friendly? So my cousin, he came and picked me up or whatever. I was with my grandmother, and my cousin came and pick us up. So while we was in the car, I asked him, I said, why are they staring at me like that? why? I feel so weird. Like, why are they staring at me like that? And he was like, because they know that you're American. I'm like, how the hell they know that I'm American? They said because you have that glow. You know, you have that glow, so they know that you're American. How you look, how you dress, your hairstyle, all that. And I'm like, what? This to say, the whole time I was in Jamaica, I was like, I just feel weird. It was just like a weird feeling to me. Like everywhere I go, my cousin, well, everywhere we go, my cousin, you know, he would explain to me, they staring at you because they know you're Jamaican. We was on the bus. We went somewhere, went to a few places, and I'm telling you, all eyes were on me. It was just weird. It was just weird to me.
American tourists are usually very loud, very excited, and in the party mode, and very outgoing. I'm from Germany, so most of the time American tourists are very drunk because you always want to try the German beer, which is great. These are all great things, but German people are usually, I'm not, but German people are usually very down to earth, like low-key, in their own little bubble, don't want to talk to strangers mode, and you're like, I want to be in your bubble, let me in your bubble, which is great, but it can be annoying. But I like American tourists, like especially on pub crawls, drinking beers with them. It's very awesome meeting them, talking to them. Americans are at the Oktoberfest, who are not.
That sucks. Y'all not that happy people? I can't. Is Germany really like that? I'm just curious. Let me know if Germany's really like that, because I'm the type of person who just like to laugh and, you know, meet new people and stuff like that. That's crazy. Yeah, don't. Aw. I wonder why. Why? Anyway, this was good. This was good. I enjoyed this one. Wow. Well, some things I like I said, I told you my little experience I went through. People knew I was American. I didn't even talk. They just looked at me and they just knew I was American. But this was fun. So let me know, comment below, share some stories. If you're American, share some stories. That's crazy. Anyway, if there's any other videos you would like me to react to, let me know, comment below. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can check these videos out. And yeah, and I'll see you lovely people. Take care of yourself. Bye and peace.